And so they were going to vote him out. They had the votes, and the Queen came in, and it's in the article, and said, no, she has veto. The Queen. Now, they teach everybody the Queen has no power. I've done the research. This woman owns and controls more than 40 countries. Harper acted after getting the approval of Governor General Michelle Jean, who represents Queen Elizabeth II as the nation's head of state. See? And it's not ceremonial. She got the power. It's the parliament that's ceremonial. Now, we have the same private Federal Reserve, by the way, through the Bank of England. It's one of the biggest stockholders. They haven't had a real audit of it since the 40s, but we know that the Bank of England owns as much as least as the Federal Reserve. See, we are owned by her and her cousin, Queen Beatrix. They've taken us over through fraud. Realize it. If you don't face it, we can't stop them. Listen to this. Harper acted after getting the approval of Governor General Michelle Jean, who represents Queen Elizabeth II as the nation's head of state. In his request, he had been rejected. He would have had to choose between stepping down or facing the no confidence vote. But the Queen of England gave the order. The Queen of England. And the Queen of England owns the largest stock in the Federal Reserve that runs our country, who you write your income tax. Look, and if you don't believe the Queen has power, we had to have a war with her ancestor, King George III, in 1776 to get the little bit of freedom we got, and they came back in 1913 and took over. Now, face it, we can get the country back or be slaves. It's your choice.
He's the T-Rex of political talk. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
All right, coming up at the bottom of the hour after I take more calls, I'm getting more into the shadow government and who owns it. But just like Canadians and Australians have been taught through the tabloids that the royals are a joke, they're the owners, along with the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, and others. They have run the biggest empires on earth. Of course they teach you that they don't have any power and just forget about them. Real wealth wants to just kind of sit back in the background. But the facts are, there's a woman on earth of all the dozens and dozens of commonwealths and semi-commonwealths who has total veto power. And her crown, her symbols are all over the highways in Canada, England. I've been to England. They shut down whole areas of London every day and major roads, saying the Queen has decided to shut down the roads today. The Queen has decided no outdoor advertising in England because she doesn't like looking at it. But then you're taught, oh, they're cute, they're funny. Okay? These people are criminals. I want to go to your phone calls. Got a bunch of other news coming up on the forced relocation camp programs. Also, we have a Defense Department press release video where, the National Guard's helping tear down crack houses as they just acclimate us to full military occupation. But right now, let's go to James in Michigan. James, you're on the air. Thanks for holding.
Hey, how you doing, Alex?
Good. What do you think of the transmission today?
Oh, it's great, man. Doing a good job, man. Keep it up. What I want to bring up, Alex, is I have a family member that is a Vietnam veteran, and he went to go see his doctor 2 weeks ago and found out that 6 doctors quit at the VA hospital in Battle Creek, Michigan, and found out that the government does not want to do any surgeries to people that need surgeries and just telling the doctors to medicate them. So
yes, no. This is eugenics, where you need a heart surgery or eye surgery, they give you pills. I mean, this is what Daschle said when he wrote the health care plan. This is what they're doing. I mean, I got Bill Gates saying, don't give people health care, let them die.
Right, this is ridiculous. I mean, I have a nephew that is in Afghanistan right now.
Sir, they have announced, again, mainstream New York Times, you name it, but they say how great it is. They're going to take the health insurance away from the vets. They have a contract with the government. If anybody should get their care taken care of, it's troops. But no, did you see where they stole the death benefits of 6 million veterans?
Oh, yeah.
I mean listen. We're wide open, man. They're running. It's mainstream news. The government puts uranium in drinking water, brother, to fry our testicles. And the average yuppie just laughs at that. They don't think it, I mean, they think it's funny.
It's ridiculous. I have a nephew that's in Afghanistan that just got a slight concussion from a car bomb. I mean, this is ridiculous over something that was planned and was that's just bull. I mean, it's just crazy what's going on.
Well, they need that $500 billion a year in opium coming out of there. I mean, they need that smack, man. They need that money. You know who's always run the world opium monopoly? That's the Queen.
Right.
And that's mainline history. They run the smack. But the average yuppie just sticks their thumb in their mouth and sucks it, and so they're going to get hurt. Look, the globalists didn't used to mess with Americans because we were vicious and aggressive. Now we're a bunch of, sports-addled idiots, and they go, look, we're dealing with a bunch of weaklings. Rape them hard. And they go, absolutely. I mean, the globalists rape everybody else because they have been cowed and enslaved. Now we're being cowed and enslaved, and they're going to hurt us bad.
It's ridiculous, Alice. I appreciate all you guys are doing, your crew. You guys are doing a great job. Keep it up. I'm passing the word out. I got people now avoiding Walmart. They're going to other places to shop now because of what the video that I showed that you had about Walmart. They're boycotting them, and if we keep this up, they're going to go down.
Well, listen, it's us or them. I mean, these globalists, every time our government now declassified, they put Mao in, who killed 60 to 80 mil. I mean, look, the globalists want us dead. That's what Ted Turner was saying last week. That's what people don't get. I mean, I've got the London Guardian and the UN's own report, how they're going to force relocate us. They'll do what did Thomas Jefferson say? The exact level of tyranny you will live under is what you put up with. Well, I'm done. I'm sane. People that aren't upset, they're insane. More of your calls coming up back at 60.
You got it.
This transmission is coming to you.
Waging war on corruption.
All right, you are go.
It's Alex Jones, coming to you live from the front lines of the InfoWar.
It's a fact. The Saxe-Coburg-Gothas of Germany. I'm not bashing the German people. I'm part German myself. But the German royal family that runs England since George I, and then his grandson, George III, who we fought, and that's not a conspiracy theory. We had a war with the British Empire. I know a lot of you think that's a conspiracy theory. But back in 1776, we had a 7-year war with them. There is British royalty. There is a private Federal Reserve. We are dealing with this group. And some people are laughing and think I'm joking right now, but a lot of the public does not know that there's even a British Empire. They don't even know that we had a war with England. They don't know where their capital of their state is. So I need to be clear about that with people. Coming up at the bottom of the hour after I take more calls, I'm going to get more into the shadow government and who the owners of the planet are and some incredible evidence of that and official UN documents, new ones, dealing with forced relocation programs and how they're openly on the Pentagon News Channel announcing how troops are running checkpoints, DUI checkpoints, quote, bulldozing crack houses in Dallas. This isn't for some unrest or big emergency having troops. This is getting us used to troops in our local communities, running our society, just like in a third world nation. I've been warning you about this for 15 years because I read the Rand Corporation documents on it that were public. Now we're here. So I'm going to break that down as well. But right now, let's go to Jim in Utah. Jim, you're on the air.
Yes, sir. I'd like to give you a TSA update.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
In Carbon County, Utah, they're driving around in unmarked cars, walking around Wal-mart. They're not doing anything. They're just letting people see like a beta test.
We have a Walmart statement today up on Prison Planet where they said TSA is going to help with shoplifters. And I saw Governor Ridge almost 8 years ago on C-SPAN say TSA will be on every street corner when they're done. And now I've got the newscast from Florida to Texas, from Massachusetts to New York to California, where they just are doing searches on the side of the road, grabbing people's genitals. This is the martial law takeover, and they're just going to incrementally do it. So where are you in Utah? Because I want to see video of this. I mean, we know the TSA has announced 800 Walmarts will have telescreens telling you to spy on fellow citizens, but the border stays wide open, creating fear, the perception that there are terrorists under every bush. As we go into financial implosion, this is the rollout of the paramilitary takeover. But I mean, tell me what you saw and the name of the town again in Utah.
It's Price, Utah. I live in East Carbon, Utah. And I had one of them big FEMA trains down at the bottom of my town.
Well, sir, your phone's a bit distorted. Spell the name of the town.
Price, Utah.
Price.
Yes, sir.
And
they're just walking around. There was one.
And you've got federal quasi-police. They're not even real police. They're not sworn. People that have been trained in airports to stick their hands down your pants, to yell at you, to put you in radiation scanners, just totally out of control goons, are now, you have seen them driving around.
Yes, sir, I sure have. Can I plug my YouTube channel?
Yes, that's fine, but do you have video of this?
No, but I will get you video.
Okay, we will plug the YouTube channel. We will plug it because I want to go check it out. What have you seen in the Walmart?
Well, they just make their presence seen. They don't really have no contact with anybody, but they're getting people used to the idea of seeing them around.
So they're in uniform, walking around in Walmart?
Yes, sir, black. Not all the time. I don't know if they're in Walmart, but they're in Carbon County, and they're driving around securing, I think, Savage coal.
All right. Well, listen, I'll say this right now. $1,000 bounty. You post video to a YouTube channel, and then on the thing say, I'm the winner of the bounty, and Alex Jones is authorized to use this video. You post that to YouTube channel, you get $1,000. And I don't care if 10 people get it on video. In fact, the prizes go up to $10,000. I will give 10 people awards. Anybody gets me footage, because I already know they're going to do it. I already know they're doing it all over the country. But anybody gets me footage of TSA in Walmart, they get $1,000 a piece. The bounty's out there. Because, again, this is all part of the acclamation. What was it like for you to see this, Jim?
Well, I kind of stopped and got in his way. Well, so he would have to stop, and I just turned around and gave him the eye.
All right, what's your YouTube channel? What's your YouTube channel?
I'm going to put that on my YouTube channel. It's Mr. Utah Freak. Next time I see him, I think they're driving Savage coal trucks.
All right, God bless you. I appreciate your call. As crazy as that sounds, I've got Marines running checkpoints in California in the middle of the state with guns. I've got Homeland Security with the Defense Department, with regular Army in Tennessee running checkpoints. It's going on in Dallas. I got a Defense Department video of that coming up later in the broadcast. I mean, and again, it isn't during a fire or during a riot. This is the full rollout in society, the threat fusion centers, the whole deal. And it's all about taking your bank accounts, folks, and your pension funds. Nothing to do with men in turbans who work for the CIA. Bobby in California. Bobby, you're on the air.
So funny how Obama and the mainstream media completely ignored the findings of Obama's cancer panel, which advised President Obama to, quote, use the power of your office to remove the carcinogens and other toxins from our food, water, and air that needlessly increase healthcare costs, cripple our nation's productivity, and devastate American life. And
it's admitted in the sodium fluoride is lead, mercury, arsenic, and uranium. And it's mainstream that uranium's in our water. The government puts it in there. And the average yuppie's so brain damaged from the uranium, they can't even get upset.